Reasons why we could have played for keeps this.
I'm rushing out of my apartment right now. We're doing something really fun today. We are going tubing on a river. Y'all have met Allie. I studied abroad with her in London. We're doing like this little excursion, 2 to 3 hour river tubing down this one river. It's like I don't know, I'll like put all the details below so you can know like what to do if you're gonna go. It's such a summery day. The temperature, it's 84 degrees outside, so it's not too hot, crazy hot. It's about an hour drive, so I'm driving to the liquor store right now to get some broskies, you know, on the river, and then I'm gonna go to Allie's place, and then Allie's gonna drive us down. We're on our way driving now.
Yes.
Sandwich right here packed.
Sandwich.
And then she got an HE, it's like a croissant.
Oven croissant.
A croissant?
A croissant?
Probably not like London croissant.
No, it's a Texas croissant. You can interpret that.
I know. Like, what is a Texas croissant taste? It's really big.
Yeah, no, it's massive. Yeah.
There might be snakes in where.
I have encountered one in a creek one time, and like I was far away from it, so I was fine, but I think we just need to steer clear of like the branches. So we have a double tube, so
I was about to say that. We have a double tube.
We're in it together.
There's no scooting around or like.
Every man for themselves. Don't worry, we have a special stop afterwards that we'll be vlogging.
Yes, I haven't told them about that either. I think the biggest one in the United States has opened up in a part of Texas.
Yeah, I think it like a couple of weeks ago.
It's very American, so anyone who is British on here, it is very American. It's the most American thing I think you could like ever experience, I've heard.
Insert, like, what is that American sound? Like, literally.
Like gunshots. Look at all the people. Everyone's out there kayaking. Not kayaking, yeah, paddleboarding and kayaking. Where other side?
We go in, so I'll pump it up then.
Okay. Oh my gosh, there's one right there.
You're literally serious. I knew it as soon as I did the gas.
We're on the river and there's like been some really interesting people watching. And Allie and I have been enjoying ourselves. It's not moving as fast as we'd like it to. It's going now. It's
honestly,
good.
It's better. There's more of the current down here. When we first started, it was like...
It was stagnant. Look at all of them over there in the current yelling. There's a good part that you like really go really fast. Here we go, we're going on a rapid. I'm gonna try to video the rapid. Here we go. I'm going to try. I'm so nervous. Oh my gosh. Allie? Is it a big thing? Oh my gosh, I thought I was gonna drop. Okay, I gotta put my phone up. Hold this.
Hold on. Ready? It tastes like lemonade.
Yeah, it does. We survived the river rafting.
We did.
Where are we going?
Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's.
Going to Buc-ee's.
There are so many cars.
I know, it's like, seriously, it's very overstimulating, I won't.
First time Buc-ee's. This is a gas station, by the way, if anyone doesn't know what this is.
Like, it's really not, I feel like it looks like a tourist destination, like it's literally just a gas station. But it's so much more than that.
There's so many gas, like,
pumps.
ports.
Yes. I'm gonna go over here.
Look how many. It goes on for like miles.
Sorry guys, I'm new behind the camera, so.
It's a really big sign.
I know. She's admiring the sights of Buc-ee's.
It's like a big like grocery store. Really, why are people bringing like big cups?
Oh, you can get a reusable cup, and I think you can fill it for cheaper, like in the fountains I told you about.
Oh, look at this too, like.
Yeah, you kind of make a lot of money working here, I won't lie.
Assistant general manager gets $25,000.
Yeah, I know.
It smells like a Cabela's.
Yeah.
Bass Pro Shop.
This is the tube we saw on the river, the Buc-ee's tube. The snacks and soda, and then the fountains are over here. The barbecue's over there, and the tacos are over there. And the merch is over there too.
Okay, let's look at
Wait.
the Buc-ee.
Did y'all hear that?
What is that?
Fresh brisket on the board. Wait, why does that look cozy?
It does look really
It's
good.
a little
Really
pancake. It's a little pancake, but looks cute. Key lime pie. That's like graham
Is that
cracker.
legal? Safe
No.
and coloring?
Also, guys, their restrooms are world-class clean. Like they're world famously clean. So that's why we're gonna use the restroom.
You wanna go right now?
Yeah, we should go.
These are the beaver nuggets that we were told to get, and what's in them? Like,
You probably don't want to look at the I don't
But
know.
it's-
It's just like corn covered in caramel.
and it's caramel,
Yeah.
watermelon cotton candy. Like, look at that. That is so much jerky. Watermelon sours. Cherry sours would be so good. Okay, I'm actually gonna get these, I think. The dill pork rinds. Okay, so they do have barbecue. Brisket, sausage, turkey, pulled pork. Okay, we're now at the merch side of things. It is actually so overstimulating.
The weekends in there are like not okay.
We didn't get anything actually. I put my pork grinds that I was gonna get out because it was a lot. So many sounds
Yeah.
and people.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. I just went to church with Sienna and Caleb and Allie and Gage and Dan, all my friends there. Now we are going to Trader Joe's, so we're gonna have a nice wholesome Sunday. I really enjoyed my time yesterday, Saturday with Allie. We had so much fun on the river. Got a little fun, tipsy, you know, but then like you get your little hangover that night, and so you don't get hungover the next day, if that makes sense. So it's like perfect when you do want to drink and have a few, you know, have a few sippers while you're on the river. It takes forever to get out of this parking lot, but I'm posting on my Instagram story right now. That is what I am doing because I did not post yesterday, which is fine. I normally wait. What I do is I like experience the experience and do what I, you know, enjoy my moment, take my pictures, take my videos, and then maybe the next day, if I'm not doing anything active again, I will sit down and post a little bit on social. So I'm normally never at where I show on my story at that time, if that makes sense. So like if I post on my story, like when I was in London at Trafalgar Square, I normally was never actually there. It was the day before. And that's just safety procedure. Let's go to Trader Joe's. I'm gonna stop yapping and posting. Shout out to my little sister Madeline. She says that these are really good. Also, my parents are in Ireland right now, and so I'm so jealous. They're like walking through a pub sending pictures, and I'm like, I miss a pub. Rolled corn tortilla chips with chili and lime flavored. Yum. A lot of flavor. 10 out of 10. It has been such an amazing lazy Sunday. I've been watching The Office, and now I'm like getting the urge to clean my apartment, so that is what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna start vacuuming, spraying down things, deep cleaning a bit. And my favorite thing to do is listen to a podcast while I do that because it goes by so fast. I'm not the best at knowing podcasts though. Like I go to kind of what I know. Like I'll go to like Emma Chamberlain's or Alex Earl's, and like those are like the two people that I know like have podcasts that are good. So like if you have any recommendations, like I like drama, I like relationship advice, I like tea, like that kind of stuff. Like those are the kind of podcasts I enjoy normally, or like self-help ones too. So actually I'll listen to Mel Robbins a lot too. I really like hers. But like any others, recommend down in the comments. I would really enjoy that. I've been struggling a lot with my avoidant attachment style. There's a fine line between your gut telling you and trying to protect you and knowing that that's true, versus that being maybe your avoidant attachment style, like trying to come out, you may be trying to run from intimacy. Like, it's hard. It's a hard fine line. So I'm trying to figure that out right now and what that means, and like, what is my gut? What is a sign versus is it just avoidant attachment style dressed up as the sign? So trying to figure that, work that out. So I'm gonna be listening to a podcast about avoidant attachment style. I'll definitely do that. I think I have a little bit of anxious attachment style too though. Like, I don't think I'm one way or the other. I've been taking tests. Like, my favorite thing is to do like personality tests and attachment style tests. So like, I took one. It said I was like a disorganized attachment, and I'm like, okay, what does that mean? So I went to another one, and then it said I had all equal parts of secure, anxious, and avoidant. So I'm like, okay, but what am I? I feel like us humans like to identify ourselves and really like to categorize us. Like, that's how our brain works. And so I'm like freaking out. I'm like, what attachment style am I? Like, how can I work on this or whatever? I want to follow my heart, and we're gonna do that. That's fine. Let's start cleaning a bit. Okay, so I made dinner, and Madeline FaceTiming Madeline, but I wanted to talk about an HEB Diet Coke with 2 of the True Lime packets. It's literally unreal. Go grab a Coke Zero and do it.
I'm too lazy. Like, what does the taste like?
You put it right there. And it fizzes out a little bit.
Did you hear yourself? You said you put it right there.
What's wrong with that? It's so good. Your best favorite thing, but it has to be either Coke Zero, I feel like, or an HEB Diet Coke. It can't be regular Diet Coke. It's not as good. So it is currently Monday afternoon. I just got home from work. Normally I don't vlog after work. I don't know why, but I just get tired and really burnt out throughout my week of a corporate job. But I wanted to sit down because I have some thoughts. And I'm like, you know what? People who stay at the end of this vlog, maybe they're just gonna get like a little extra content of me talking and just explaining, like, going through some things. But like, I've been realizing that I get so into my head recently and so into my routine that I just like never have to take a second to like look up and realize where I'm at in life, and just realize like how far I've actually come and where I'm at, and just gratitude, you know, like sitting back and just focusing on like a lot of gratitude. I get so wrapped up in my corporate job, and that's my identity for the week, and then the weekend comes and then I feel so overwhelmed from my corporate job. It's not that it's a bad job. I love my job. It's amazing, but it's 9 to 5, thinking about one brand, trying to be creative, outside the box, all that stuff. After you get home, it's really, really, really challenging to go out and do stuff because you're just exhausted, especially on days like today because I had my 6 a.m. workout before work. I've been super anxious recently about that, and just about a few other things in my life that I've just have no control over, and I'm such a control freak. Like, I love to cling onto things and just like control the crap out of them. For instance, my relationship right now with the guy, with Mr. Texas, like, I want to control it in a way so badly. I'm not, because I'm just like letting it be and figuring it out slowly and stuff. But like, I wish I could just be like, you know, telling him everything I want him to do in a way. But then again, like, when I do that, it's not actually him wanting to do the things, and you know, it's a different kind of control. And then another thing I control is my fixation of being really hard on myself. And so that kind of control is a weird kind of control. It's not a control you would think you would like or enjoy, and I don't think I do, but I just like fixate so much on like pushing myself to be better, to work, and then I get guilty syndrome, like all that stuff. And then another thing of control, I like having my routine, so whenever I step out of it, I feel bad about myself and stuff, and so I'm working on that too, to have more lenience, have more grace with myself. It's just been a struggle recently. So not everything has been perfect in my life, in my 20s. Another thing that I like to control is the idea that I'm not gonna get old and I'm not gonna grow up. My birthday is in 2 weeks, and I'm actually sort of freaking out a bit about it because I turned 25. That is technically 1/4, if I'm lucky, 1/3 of my life already. You know, age always comes with these ideals that we had growing up as kids and like milestones that we wanted to cover and stuff like that. And so I think I'm pretty decent at letting those go and, you know, realizing that my little kid self was really out there saying, you know, we're gonna be married by 25, have kids by 26, you know, like those kinds of societal ideas and expectations of women and stuff. Letting that go has been actually a lot easier for me. It's just like the fact that I'm gonna have my birthday in 2 weeks, and my birthdays stress me out because they never go as planned, or like you set something up, like you're like, okay, let's do a dinner or something, and then you get to the dinner and like maybe a few people show up, which is so great, but like not everyone that you wanted to be there, and it's just not as good as you thought it would be, and you just have these like high expectations. And I try not to build these expectations. I'm not like sitting there being like, okay, I expect this person to show up and this person to show up and like to feel this way. I don't, but subconsciously I do, weirdly. It's just so weird that I do this, but now I'm like setting expectations, which I should not be doing, but like I'm like setting expectations with the relationship I have with the guy, where I'm like, we're 2 months in, we haven't fully committed, like we haven't had the conversation, he hasn't like opened up his heart to me. So I'm like, okay, I think these next 2 weeks are gonna tell a lot, because my little sister's coming in next week, so he knows that she's coming in, and I want him to be like, hey, let's go to dinner with your little sister, I wanna meet her, you know, like that's the perfect scenario of a boyfriend that I want. And I don't know if he's gonna do that, and I'm not gonna bring it up and tell him that, because that's just not, like, you know, I want him to do it because he wants to do it, not because I'm like coaching him through, you know? I don't expect a lot for my birthday. Like I always tell my friends, family, or whatever, if they're gonna get me something or anything, just like a handwritten card is wonderful and great. That's one of my favorite things. So like flowers, handwritten card, a little surprise, maybe something like thoughtful. It's the thought that counts totally. Like I don't need jewelry or any of that. I don't even want that. And so like I'm like thinking like, okay, well, what if he, like my dream boyfriend or dream relationship with a partner, I want to, you know, maybe surprise me with flowers and like maybe want to take me out on a dinner date and just like really just celebrate the partner, you know, like I would want to do that for him. And so now I'm like, oh, I'm just stressed out because I'm like, these next 2 weeks are gonna maybe tell a lot, but I'm also gonna have really a lot of fun these next 2 weeks, so I'm not even that stressed. Don't think I'm like, my whole world is just this thought process of that. It's not. It's just in the background, and I'm trying to like let go a little of my control over all these situations. I'm such a situation creator, like a dreamer. I like play out scenarios in my head that haven't happened yet, and I'm like, okay, what's the best case scenario? What's the worst case scenario? If this happens, what am I gonna say? What am I gonna do? All that stuff. And I'm like trying to let go and not control even the fantasies in my mind. I think this is gonna be relatable to so many like 20-year-olds, because I feel like in your 20s, I can't compare. I can only compare to like my 10s. Like, you know, growing up to 10s, not 20s. I'm in my 20s now, so I'm experiencing and learning. People like in their 30s and up always say like your 20s are just a mess sometimes, like you're just still trying to figure out yourself, you're doing a million things, which you should be doing, you should be trying so many things, dating so many people, and just trying to figure out what you like, what you don't like spend those years figuring it out, because you're at a maturity level where you can do that, but you're not yet at that maturity level where like you really know yourself, you know, something like that. I don't know what's gonna happen in the next 2 weeks. I'm a little nervous because I know there might be some hard conversations. There might be hard conversations with people and myself, and like in a hard conversation, it doesn't mean it's like brutal and like you're crying and you're yelling, whatever. No. It's just a conversation that you know that needs to be brought up, but you're just avoiding it a bit. I'm now gonna go cook some dinner for my night, but normally I just sit down and edit my vlogs throughout the week once I'm home. I don't do much unless I go on a date, which is recently what's been happening is like I'll hang out with the guy, maybe one night a week, do that, and then hang out with my friend Allie. We'll do something once a week too, and little things like that. Maybe I need to take y'all through a vlog of like after work, all just after work. So like my life in my week after work. That's a good idea, maybe. But anyways, I love you all so much, and I will see y'all next week. We have a fun next few weeks, especially with my little sister coming in town and the stuff we're doing for 4th of July, for my birthday, all of that stuff. So stay tuned. Love you all so much, and see y'all next week. Bye.